Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome to Daily Market Review. Today's date is September 2nd. So today we had a New York reversal profile, but it was rather sloppy in my opinion. If you took longs, congrats, but for my liking it was not worth it. So I let it go. Let's take a look at the price action on the lower time frame. Here I'll start with 15-minute time frame first. So the overnight session accumulation here, as shown, right before New York opened during pre-market, Nasdaq raided the equal highs, rejected it. This is basically bodies they stayed below the equal highs, and it repriced all the way down to yesterday's low, which was also equal lows. Didn't engage with it, but it had a reversal instead and took out the basically minor buy side on the higher time frame here. This purge on the sell side was also a bullish SMT divergence, which means Nasdaq didn't take it, but ES took that low and reversed from there. And another thing I wanted to say was, hold on, let me pull up ES. Okay, so the pre-market PA was also a bearish SMT divergence on, I would say, the hourly time frame. That was another clue, but it was very sloppy in my opinion. Like on the hourly, it looks better. Like it just wicked down into sell side, failed here, came back in the range, rated the buy side. I mean, yeah, in the higher time frame, on the hourly, it looks like it was nice, but it was actually wicking a lot. So here, 10 o'clock candle, it wicked initially 60 points, then dumped 60 points, and then rallied again another 90 points. So yeah, let's take a look at it on the 1 minute though. My key levels were September 19, Thursday's open range gap high, today's open range gap high, September's open range gap CE, and sell side, which was previous day low. So I'll keep them on the chart for this market review. So here the buy side was taken out, market formed equal highs here, it didn't purge or to manipulate above the buy side one more time before the rally to the downside. That was pre-market, but the jagged moves right here. It formed the BPR and OR block and displaced lower. Where's my okay? So it displaced lower, formed the BPR and OR block. Here's the CB, dump one more time. The clue is also these lows right here, which is equal lows. That was a high probability sell model during pre-market. Let's zoom in. Then it came all the way up to the CE of this wick right there, formed an order block here, dumped one more time. Here's this displacement here. Use that displacement, the CB, to reprice all the way down to the equal lows, which all happened during pre-market before New York 9:30 equity open. So this is the 9:30 candle. Let's clean this though. Equal highs. I'm leaving equal highs because it's the high probability target for the reversal. The rest I wouldn't be interested if I were you. But anyways, so here market established this dealing range with 9:30 open, so it seeked sell side one more time, rejected it. Once it established the dealing range, went all the way up to premium, and there is a bearish OB there as well. And it traded into the open range gap CE, rejected it, rolled over, formed a new bearish OB along the way. First displacement, so this is the first presented fair value gap of the New York session, and basically price utilized its CE and kept going lower. Here is the reversal area. Thursday's open range gap CE from September 19 got rejected right above south side, and it formed, basically this is the confirmation, inversion fair value gap, and it popped, basically displacement. So this is the first displacement. Now within that displacement, the most important thing for me was, and this is the only reason I didn't execute long positions, even though I can see the jagged move here and smooth highs here. The only reason I didn't execute long positions was because I was expecting sell side to this is also breaker block, I forgot to mention that. The only reason I didn't execute here long positions was because although price stayed above the CE, so it stayed all the way in the upper portion of this BC, it didn't sweep the sell side. Now it doesn't have to, but if it's getting this close and leaving it open, I don't like that. I like to see it sweep, and this was also equal lows on ES, so I didn't like this. If it swept it, I would have probably filled the second candle after the sweep to go long and target these highs. So here's the BC, popped one more time. Now it traded into the open range gap, formed a new BC. I was interested in here to go long, as I was saying during the live stream. I was saying if it rejects the opening range gap low within this BC, I am willing to long it, but it didn't hold it. So immediately after, like the moment it traded down into this BC, it violated its CE and the opening range gap low, so I lost my interest there. I thought it would be a choppy rally, which ended up being rather choppy, too much back and forth here, but eventually it popped. Once it took the equal highs, it had a big reaction here, formed new equal lows here, which is also a bullish SMT divergence with the S inside this BC. Again, no sweep though, and that caused one more rally. Here's a sloppy price action, and popped again here during the macro at 1050, and it cleared September opening range gap high, rejected off of it. The bodies were closing below, and so it came down to sweep the equal lows in this case, and also it is the dealing range EQ, which means it's coming down to discount. Once it does that and rejects it, delivers the sell side, buy side, second target, second stage reaccumulation, and it delivers the buy side of the external, or basically H4 old high, yesterday's high essentially. Not yesterday's high, I'm sorry. Yesterday's PM session high. And the rest here until I would say 12:30 was just sloppy price action. It was just building liquidity. What I mean by that is basically after the first rejection, it displaced lower. Now we have a BPI area, so there's this SIBI. I'm gonna delete this for a second though, and it stayed in this accumulation range, right? In that range, it formed these equal lows and these equal highs. What we see here is price accumulation, and you can expect a double purge here, because what it means is once one side gets taken out, it doesn't matter which side, because it's equals on both sides. You should be looking to fade that move, and here's what happened here. Price came down for equal lows, swept this external as well, rejected. It's just wicks and bodies closed inside and turned bullish, took equal lows. This is setup itself, but in today's case it was just sub-second chart scalp setup. So it forms a small money reversal, targets the buy side here, and it came all the way up to the mean threshold. This old B wicked several times. This is very sloppy in my opinion, and eventually dropped. Did not engage with any kind of liquidity here, but what it did was it formed new equal lows, new minor sell side, this low and this low, and it pumped here, formed basically a V shape here, but it didn't hold. Here also equal highs, basically building sell side. Inverted the first BC. Once it got lost, retest, sold off, cleared equal lows, kept going lower. Very sloppy though. Kept going lower, second BC, and dropped initially all the way down into the open range gap high, which was also the end dog. Oops, I gotta trade down into the end dog, cleared the slow here. The last BC, the last CB, drop price down one more time. Cleared the minor sell side, traded down into the end dog again. The bodies are respecting the end dog though, and here it popped one more time, but that pop was for a reason. I forgot the point there though. Oh, okay, so here's the order block. Traded up into the order block. This is not a premium though, I think. Yep, it's not a premium. Basically just like manipulation. And in this manipulation, the only thing I could say is the highs here. This high, this high, and this high. Equal highs. So it basically came up to clear that. And traded into the OB. Here, I think that's an S&T divergence. Nasdaq printing lower. I think ES was printing higher there. Let me see. I gotta clear the ES chart though. It looks ugly. Alright, right there. Yep, that's not an S&T. It's just pressing lower. But what I see here is essentially an inversion fair value gap, I would say. Once that fair value gap was lost, it didn't even retest, it just came down for the sell side. It's not a trade for me personally. And then it traded down into the end dog CE, reversed another V shape here, another V shape here. The BC, the first displacement. This is still not a trade for me in my opinion, because there's no break block or anything. It was just back and forth. But then it popped. With that pop, the only thing I see here is it popped, traded all the way up to September 19, Thursday's open range gap high, and it chopped its way around here. Now it built some sort of liquidity. These highs are all equal, and then it dropped. This is the breaker. This is the order block. Retested the order block and dropped. Fair value gap here. And this is the thing I didn't like about the price. So here we have this first leg. This is basically the internal range. This is the dealing range. Came down to the range equilibrium, discount fair value gap here. Bodies were respecting. Price wick down, and that's I think 20 or 30 point wick. Yep, 30 point wick. Then immediately after, retested 25% of the wick, rejected it, and the body stayed still above the range EQ. Then it accumulated its way around here. In that accumulation, what I've noticed was basically building buy side and sell side, relative equal lows here. let's see, where was it? There are two equal lows there. The highs were just single highs though, but it flipped the inversion fair value gap. Very sloppy though. Like if you look at these candles, like it's all gapping up and down and not basically displacing, just wicks. So it traded all the way to back in this range, rejected here the displacement and pumped again, and did not clear the high though. It left equals, and through the market close, because it left equal lows, equal highs here, it rejected it, and for the last 10-minute macro, inversion fair value gap, and that inversion fair value gap basically sent price all the way down back into this wick and cleared equal lows, and thereafter, you know the drill. Equal lows versus equal highs. Once gets cleared, the first one is usually the manipulation, and the market will go for the opposite side, clear the other side, which was equal highs, and cleared it during the after hours. Very sloppy price action. I hope you didn't burn your capital and mental capital, because I believe tomorrow or Friday, because Friday's NFP, will be a great price action. In my opinion, I'm still remaining with my bearish bias. I believe price will draw into September 19 open range gap low, and potentially the H4 market maker somehow will draw equal lows. I might be wrong about this, which is fine. If I'm wrong, I usually go with the 1 minute order flow anyways. So what to expect from tomorrow though? So tomorrow we left equal lows for a reason here, okay, which will likely to get swept, but this is also an SMT divergence, which could cause a deeper retracement, especially we might have an immediate rebalance here. So I would look for the H4 CB CE and the 25% of it, if it should keep press higher. Okay. Other than that, on the lower time frame, it is a rejection for now, so I would rather see this curling down from here. But if it pushes one more time to the upside, that'll change the narrative a little bit. We'll be looking for maybe these highs might get cleared as well, but we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow unfolds. Hope you guys find this insightful. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day.